Some days your courage feels like a candle set in a doorway. Useful, warm, but painfully small. A single gust of criticism, a slammed deadline, one unexpected bill, and the flame trembles. You put up your hand to shield it, then wonder if the wiser move is to snuff it out yourself before the wind does. Have you ever felt like that? Like one more push from life will blow out the little light you've kept alive this long? We tend to measure strength by how still we can keep the flame, how perfectly we can guard it from every draft. But what if strength is not the absence of wind? What if true resilience is a way of burning that learns to live with moving air? Perhaps the goal is not to avoid the gusts, but to discover how a flame can stand, shiver, and still glow. Stay with me till the end. This simple story about a candle and the wind might change how you see your own storms. It will not hand you a slogan to tape over the cracks. It will show you, in a small room on a dark night, why some lights do not die when the weather turns. And it will suggest a quiet, stubborn kind of strength you already carry. The kind that does not brag, does not bully, but keeps burning exactly where it is needed most. Long ago, in a quiet village where the nights were darker than most, light was a precious gift. The villagers relied not on lamps or lanterns, but on candles, each flame a fragile guardian against the vast shadows that pressed in from the fields and forests. In one small home at the edge of the village stood a single, slender candle. Its wax was thin, its wick untested. From the moment it was lit, it trembled at every shift of air that entered through the wooden shutters. This little candle often compared itself to the larger, sturdier ones in the village square. Those flames seemed steady, proud, as though the wind dared not touch them. The small candle thought, "I am too weak. Any moment now, the wind will swallow me, and I will vanish into the dark." It lived with constant doubt, fearing the night more than embracing its own light. Yet deep within, the candle held a quiet longing. It dreamed of shining not just for its own corner, but of joining the light of others, casting warmth across the village. It wondered if it was possible for something so fragile to ever matter. That night, as the wind began to whisper through the cracks, the candle flickered and asked itself, "Will I always be this weak, or is there something I have yet to discover?" The stage was set. A small flame, wavering but unwilling to quit, stood at the beginning of a journey it did not yet understand. It was the start of a test that would reveal not only the nature of the wind, but the hidden strength waiting within. As the night deepened, the candle's trembling grew worse. Each gust rattled the shutters, and the little flame bent so far, it seemed certain to vanish. Just then, a voice came from the corner of the room. It was the steady glow of an older candle, thicker and taller, whose flame rose calmly despite the same restless air. "You fear the wind, don't you?" the elder candle asked gently. The small candle quivered. "Yes, every breath of it feels like the end. I envy your stillness. How do you stay so strong?" The elder flame swayed once, as if laughing softly. Strength does not come from escaping the wind. It comes from learning to dance with it. You see, the wind does not only threaten, it also reveals. A weak flame runs from it, but a true flame discovers itself in it. The little candle felt confused. How can danger reveal strength? "Stand firm, and you will see," the elder replied. "Do not hide from the gusts. Let them test you. Each one will show you what you are made of." It was not the answer the little candle expected. It had hoped for a shield, a covering, some way to close the shutters tight. Instead, it was given a challenge, a paradox, to survive not by avoiding the wind, but by meeting it. The words settled deep in the small candle's heart. Though still afraid, it felt a strange resolve begin to form. Perhaps the elder candle was right. Perhaps the wind was not only an enemy, but a mirror. That night, the test would truly begin. The wind grew restless as midnight approached. It slipped through the narrow cracks in the wooden shutters, curling around the room with invisible fingers. For the small candle, each gust was a battle. Its flame bent nearly sideways, shrinking so low that it feared the darkness would swallow it whole. At first, the candle trembled in despair. "This is it," it thought. "I was never meant to last." In the corner, other candles, sturdier, thicker, seemed to stand tall without effort. Their flames hardly moved, and their glow filled the room with confidence. The little candle felt ashamed, certain the others were mocking its weakness. But the elder candle's words echoed in its memory. "Do not hide from the gusts. Let them test you. Each one will show you what you are made of." The next gust came, stronger than before. The little candle swayed and sputtered, but it did not go out. Its flame leapt wildly, clinging to the wick as though refusing to surrender. When the air finally calmed, the candle realized something astonishing. Though it had shaken, it still burned. The flame, in fact, seemed sharper, brighter than before. Night after night, the pattern continued. The wind would come, sudden and merciless, and each time the candle bent so far, it nearly touched its own wax. Villagers who passed by the window whispered, "That one won't last till morning." Yet each dawn, against every prediction, the small candle was still alive, its glow a little stronger, its flame a little steadier. The struggle was not without cost. Wax dripped faster down its sides, leaving uneven ridges and scars along its body. The candle often winced at these marks. "I am growing uglier with every trial," it thought. But then it noticed something. While it grew thinner, its light grew bolder. The scars told a story, not of weakness, but of endurance. One night, the wind arrived fiercer than ever, rattling the shutters so hard they threatened to burst open. The small candle shook violently, its flame shrinking to a fragile point of orange. For a heartbeat, it nearly died. But deep within, something rose. A stubborn defiance, a refusal to be snuffed out. The flame straightened, stretching higher than before, and to the candle's amazement, the wind seemed to bend around it. It was then the candle understood. The wind was not its executioner, but its teacher. Without the struggle, it would never have discovered this resilience hidden within. Its strength was not in being untouched by the wind, but in surviving it, again and again. By dawn, the villagers who once doubted now gathered at the window, pointing in wonder. "That small one," they murmured. "It shines brighter than them all." And for the first time, the little candle did not envy the others. It had learned that true brightness is born not in calm air, but in the fiercest gusts of the night. When the storm finally eased, the small candle rested in the quiet room, its flame steady, its wax scarred but glowing. The elder candle, watching silently all along, finally spoke again. "You have seen it now, haven't you?" The small candle flickered thoughtfully. "Yes, I thought the wind was only my enemy, but each gust showed me something I didn't know I had. I bent, but I never broke. I almost faded, yet I still burn. I'm stronger than I believed." The elder candle's flame bowed gently. This is the truth many never learn. They pray for calm skies, but calm does not reveal character. Only the storm shows who you truly are. The wind cannot destroy the flame that refuses to surrender. it can only prove its strength. The small candle reflected on its journey. At the start, it feared every whisper of air. Now it realized that the very thing it dreaded had become its greatest teacher. The scars along its wax were not marks of shame. They were proof of resilience, visible reminders of each night survived. In that moment, the candle understood a profound lesson. Difficulties are not sent to erase us, but to refine us. Struggle is not proof of weakness. It is the forge where hidden strength is revealed. And isn't that how life is for us as well? We often look at hardship as if it exists only to break us. We say, if only the winds would stop, I could shine. But the truth is inverted. Our shine is revealed because of the winds. A person's truest courage does not surface when everything is easy, but when the air grows wild and the night grows long. Think about your own life. The moments that nearly broke you, the nights you thought you wouldn't endure. And yet, here you are, still standing, perhaps scarred, perhaps thinner in ways the world does not see, but also brighter, sharper, stronger. The candle's quiet revelation is ours too. True strength is not in being untouched by hardship. True strength is in continuing to burn when the winds blow hardest. The night eventually gave way to dawn, and the little candle, though worn and marked, still glowed with steady brilliance. Its light filled the room with a warmth no one had expected from something once thought so fragile. Outside, the villagers paused as they passed, astonished that such a small flame had endured when stronger ones had dimmed. The candle did not boast, nor did it see itself as superior. It simply understood now that endurance was its true gift. The wind had not been a curse, but a companion, shaping it into something braver than it had ever imagined. Where once it feared each gust, it now welcomed them as reminders of its hidden strength. So it is with us. Life will not always grant calm evenings or still air. We will meet storms that shake us, voices that doubt us, moments that bend us near to breaking. Yet within those very struggles lies the chance to discover who we are meant to be. The winds do not define our weakness. They reveal our strength. So if you find yourself trembling tonight, wondering if you can endure what presses against you, remember the candle. Remember that every gust you face is also a chance to prove your resilience. Do not despise the winds. Let them teach you that you are more unshakable than you know. For in the end, it is not the absence of storms that makes us shine, but the courage to keep burning when they rage. And when you rise from those nights still glowing, your light will not only guide your own path, it will bring hope to others lost in the dark. If this story touched your heart, don't let it stop here. Share it with a friend who may be facing winds of their own, someone who needs to be reminded that their flame can survive the storm. Your share might be the encouragement they've been waiting for. And if you want more stories like this, tales that inspire, uplift, and remind you of the strength you already carry, make sure to subscribe to this channel. Like this video, leave a comment about your own journey through life's winds, and stay connected. Together, we can keep the light burning brighter, one story at a time.